Should you have a wedding or should you have an adventure elopement? That's what we're going to dive into in this video. We have had the honor of photographing hundreds of weddings and now countless elopements over the years. And let me tell you, they are quite a bit different. But when you figure out which one's more your vibe, the decision becomes a lot easier. So let's get into it and break down some of the differences. Let's first start with the pros of a wedding. Weddings are perfect for a grand celebration. If you would love to have a huge party with your friends and family, if you love traditions like a first dance, parent dances, cake cutting, bridal parties, things like that. If you love the idea of being creative with decor, design, and all the details that make up a wedding. If you have guests with physical limitations, venues are often great to make them more comfortable. Plus, most wedding venues have backup plans for weather built right in. So now let's look at some of the cons of weddings. As everyone knows, weddings are expensive. The average cost can be over $30,000. Planning a wedding can feel stressful and overwhelming, especially with so many moving parts. Some people don't like to be the center of attention, and weddings definitely make you the center of attention for the day. So if you're more shy or introverted, they're definitely not going to be as good of a fit. There's also a pressure to invite people, maybe that you don't even want there, and that can sometimes lead to different family drama. And finally, it can sometimes be hard to find a venue that fits who you are as a couple. So now let's go over adventure elopements and discuss some of the pros and cons of those. Here are some of the pros of elopements. You get a more private, intimate experience that's more just about you as a couple. You get to celebrate in natural settings like mountains, forests, lakes, with unforgettable backdrops. You're able to skip traditions that are common for weddings and make the day whatever you want it to be. Elopements are a lot more budget friendly and are a lot more flexible on what you decide to spend your money on for the day. Adventure elopements are perfect for couples that like to adventure. You can go kayaking, hike, you could have your ceremony on a summit. The options are endless. Here are some of the potential cons of eloping. There's definitely a possibility of disappointing friends and family, especially if expectations aren't established early on in the conversation of the celebration. Having an adventure elopement definitely is going to limit the number of people you can have. Some couples will still have maybe 5 to 15 of their closest friends or family. With it being more of an adventure elopement, usually you can't have more than 15 people or so attending, and that can make it so that certain people might not be able to be invited, and that can sometimes create some family drama that should be considered. If you value certain traditions and you don't have those traditions in this adventure elopement, you might feel like something is missing. A wedding gives you the opportunity to celebrate with all your friends and family in that classic traditional way, but comes with a higher price tag and definitely a lot more stress. And an elopement allows you to have a more intimate, adventurous, budget-friendly option, but does have some limitations too. At the end of the day, it comes down to what is most important to you and your partner. We talked about elopements are a more budget-friendly option, but what does that mean exactly? In the next video, we're going to go over what a realistic budget for an adventure elopement looks like.